Welcome back to Stand Up Revolution, the highlight show. I am your host, Gabriel Iglesias, the artist formerly known as, give me a good one to be formerly known as, Lance. Come on, people are waiting. Hurry up, Lance.
I was going to say, a comedian that you don't like.
Oh, he was going to say a comedian that I don't like. That's fine. Cool, whatever. You guys said, this is so unprofessional. He doesn't even have his thing ready, and he's asking some imaginary guy named Lance. He's not imaginary. You know who he is. Hey, Lance, come up here real quick and just say hi. Everybody, if you guys kind of missed him, it's Lance Patrick. What's up? Hey, rock, show the shirt. Big what up to Harley. Woo woo. Hey, bring me back on your show, dude. Let's eat another cake. So, that being said, this is the most random show ever. Seriously, you guys, I don't even need to be up here. I can just press play and show the comedy clips, but I want to come here and play and have fun and have Lance touch me on my shoulder. So, without further ado, you guys, all the way from Texas. We have a lot of comics from Texas. They're taking over Stand Up Revolution. It's the revolution. Texas Revolution. Give it up for Nick Guerra.
So I get hit on by a lot of lesbians, right? I know, man, it sucks. Like, that's why I don't drink. I can't get drunk with this silky hair and enjoy it, you know? Yeah, I can't have my back turned at the bar just standing there like, oh my God, I love this song. Oh wow, this is great, yeah. Guys come up to me, what's up, baby? Hey, bro. Hey, stop that, we came together, this is weird. There you go, right? I know my hair is long. I know exactly when it gets long. It's when people start mistaking me for celebrities. They're always like, hey, you look like somebody famous. I'm like, who, Johnny Depp? They're like, no, the girl from Juno. Really? I know. Somebody told me I look like Blanket. What do you say to that? I was like, really? Blanket? Blanket Jackson? Like, what do I, hee. Like, I didn't know what to say. I was just like, I'm a man. That's it. That's all I did. That's about as violent as it gets, okay? I'm 5'5", okay? We don't get violent, short people, we don't. We get aggravated, but not violent. We're like chihuahuas, you know? We're just like, screw you. Puppy power! That's all we are. Just aggravate. Short chicks are the worst, aren't they? Short chicks, biggest smack talkers ever. Any girl 5'5" and under, what's up? I'm a boss, what's up? You wanna do this? With their big eyelashes, what's up? Huh? You wanna fight? Huh? You wanna do this? When they get drunk, it's down here. Come on, let's fight. Come on, here, hold my heels. Come on. Come on, let's do it. Come on. I'm right here. Tiny, aggravated people, man. That's all we are, man. I'm getting more aggravated. I'm 29, right? And I'm getting older. I know I'm getting uncool. Yeah, because I don't like music anymore. I can't stand music. If I got to listen to Lil Wayne on one more song, I'm going to kick the hell out of my radio, all right? He is on everything. He's terrible. All right, and he's one of the ugliest people I've ever seen in my entire life, okay? It looks like somebody took Serena Williams and stuck her in a microwave for 20 minutes and handed that a rap career. You know it. You know he looks like a burnt leprechaun, all right? He's ugly. Like, if you saw Lil Wayne in your fridge, you'd be like, no, it's expired. Nobody eat this. This is bad for you. Don't eat Wheezy. It's terrible, man. Music's so bad. There's no more good love songs anymore. You got all these kids trying to write about love. Justin Bieber trying to write about love. Really? He has half a nut in his rectum. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Why do
it's
gay
still up
guys
there.
often look like they just smell cookies?
You can't write about love until you know about love, and you don't know about love until you've had that first pregnancy scare. You know what I'm saying? All right? That's when you know. And I'm going to say this, guys, that's our fault, okay? We got to take care of that, all right? Because we don't do anything else in the bedroom. We don't, all right? Newsflash, none of us are sexy. We aren't. We try to be. We look stupid, okay? Ladies, you ever ask your man to dance for you? It looks dumb, doesn't it? It's like, babe, dance for me. Oh, like this? Huh? Like that, huh? He does moves he saw at a strip club like that, huh? What? Dangling? That's not sexy. We are not sexy, man. We're so bad at it, you know? And like me, personally, I don't even know how to talk sexy. This one chick, she's like, talk dirty to me. And I was like, I'm gonna make you work. Yeah. And she's like, how hard? Overtime. You're doing taxes. Like, I didn't know what to say. It was terrible. We're not sexy, man. Sexiest thing a guy does. Every guy does this too. It's the tiger crawl. That's what we do. Ladies, you've seen it when you've been on the bed and you're like, come get it, right? And then he jumps on it like a little tiger, and he crawls from your toe to your head. Hey, what's up? Hey, that's right, Big Daddy's coming to town, grrr. And he always looks tough on top, doesn't he? Like, yeah, your man's here. You're not gonna be able to walk in the morning. But then he starts to shake after 3 minutes. You know? because he hadn't done a push-up since '98. You've seen that shake. You've seen it. Where it's like, oh my God, somebody tapped me out. Are you serious? I'm getting a cramp in my eyebrow. How do you get a cramp in your eyebrow?
All right, you guys, there you have it. Nick Guerra. That's right, Nick Guerra. Long flowing hair, just a beautiful man, real pretty. Better not ever commit a crime. So please follow him, or somebody else will. And if you don't want to follow him, you can follow me. And don't forget to subscribe. They'll put the button somewhere around here. I'm sure it'll appear. Just click on it. Come on, do me that favor. Click on it. I'm trying to catch up to Ray William Johnson. I'm only, what am I at now, Lance? 7.5 million away? Yeah, I'm creeping. I'll see you guys next week right here. Stand Up Revolution, the highlight show.
Why do gay guys often look like they just smell cookies?
I see a couple of young adults right there. How old are you guys? You're 13. Wow. And next to you? How old are you? You're 10. Okay. I am so sorry for what Martin said. 10 years old. But you know what though? I can't feel too bad because you know what? 10-year-olds are young adults. You are a young adult. I don't see you as a kid. A kid to me, first of all, is someone who doesn't have access to the internet. You have, I'm sure, a tablet or a cell phone or access to online services, right? Services. What the hell is he talking about? Bad choice of words. You know what I mean, right? You've probably seen and heard a few things already, and the parents are like, no, not my child. No, I locked their phone. Yeah, but you don't lock their friend's phone. I feel bad whenever I say something that's kind of like risque, whenever parents bring like a 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, and yes, it happens. Then I feel bad because then I'll meet them after the show and I'm like, I am so sorry for what you heard me say. And it's always funny to see the parents say, oh, they hear worse at home. Nothing like watching a 4-year-old confirm that, you know, just... Like, for example, my son, he's 18 years old, but he still doesn't cuss at home, okay? Now, whatever he does in public, I have no control over, but at home, he knows he cannot cuss. One time in like 13 years, I caught my son cussing at home, and I couldn't even get mad. He had fallen down the stairs. I don't mean to laugh, but think about it. What am I gonna do to him that's worse than what he just did to himself? I heard it too. Just, ah! Son of a bitch! I ran over. I didn't even check his safety. I was like, what did you say? You earned that one. I said, if you want to say the F word, next time let me push you. That's when I knew he fell hard. Really? No, get up here. Come on. Well, cool. Welcome, you guys. I hope you have a good time. I know you're getting nervous, Dad. You see me talking to you, you're like, what's he telling my son? No, nothing. Nothing. Being cool. But thank you for trusting me to bring your kids to the show. Or your young adults. Sorry. Thank you for trusting me to bring your young adults to the show. And by the way, I know I keep pointing at people in the front right here. If you're here tonight with someone you have no business being here with, and you see a camera coming by, just be like, hey. Victory! They're very respectful. They'll go to the next person. Don't even worry about that. You know, some things transpired, and one day he wanted to have a conversation with me, and it caught me off guard. Like, can I talk to you, Dad? Yeah, what's up? I have something I want to tell you. Okay, what's up? It's important. Okay? It's serious. Can you please sit down? How far along is she? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Don't be scaring me, dude. What's about us? Okay. What's up? He tells me, can you please stop making fun of me? And when he said it, I felt it because I knew how hard it was for him to bring that up. And I said, how long have you felt this way? My whole life. Have you ever tried to bring this up in the past? Yeah. What did I say? You told me to put on deodorant. It worked. Look, Frankie, I didn't know how to be a dad, okay? It was one of those things where I just knew there were certain things I didn't want to do. I knew that I never wanted to yell at you, and I knew for a fact that I never wanted to hit you. So I did the best thing I could do with what I knew how to do. I made fun of you. That's called shaming. This year, look, if you don't want me to do any more stories or jokes or just make fun, I understand. It's one of those things where I didn't want to make him feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad making him, you know what I mean? So I said, look, I'm going to let the audience know that we spoke, and so that they understand why moving forward in the future, there will be no more stories about Frankie. Why is that important? Because if I don't explain why I stopped talking about you, they're going to think you died. I don't want them to think you died either, so gave him a big hug, reminded him how much I love him, because I love him very much, and I hope he knows that. I think that a lot of the issues and frustrations we've had for a while now have a lot to do with the fact that I am no longer with his mom. I don't want you guys to think that all of a sudden I'm going to start doing jokes about her. I'm not. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about the woman I was with for almost 14 years. Okay? Nothing bad, nothing negative, nothing derogatory, nothing short of awesome. Nothing short of good vibes. Okay? I have nothing bad to say about her. And not just because I signed a piece of paper that said I wouldn't say anything bad, but because at the end of the day, that is still my son's mom, and I need to make sure she continues to support me being his dad. So you got to keep it cool. I was celebrating the fact that I got away with that for so long. For so long. I snuck backstage at Chris Rock. I snuck backstage. Until karma showed up one day in the form of the most extreme fan I have ever had in 20 years of me being a comedian. I had someone who not only made it backstage, this person paid to get into my dressing room. Okay? Yeah, he didn't pay me, by the way. He didn't pay me. I'm an honest hoe. Okay? I made no money that day, all right? Yeah, if I would have gotten paid, you wouldn't be hearing this story. Here's the thing. I walk into my dressing room from the bathroom. I just finished showering up, and I'm in a towel. I walk into the room, come to find out later that this man was a very wealthy businessman in the community, okay? And when I walked into the room, he's wearing a very, very nice suit. So when I saw the suit, I didn't give it a second thought because he looked professional. I thought maybe he was the general manager of the building, one of the concert promoters. He could have been someone's agent. So when I walked in the room, my towel, like, can I help you? He looks at me, and it was the most uncomfortable conversation I have ever had. He looks at me and says, listen, I am not here to waste any of your time. Fluffy, I am prepared to take care of you. I will give you a new Lexus and an allowance that's more than what you make as a comedian. Leave with me. I was never more disgusted and offended at the fact that I was not gay. Because finally, Finally, somebody wants to take care of me. Do you know how many people I take care of? No one's ever offered me a Lexus, and they should. I felt horrible saying no to this guy. I still think about it. I still have the number. Houston, I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't know how this is gonna go over, but I'm gonna say it. I would be an amazing gay partner. I would, all the way up until that one part, but even then. Have you ever driven a Lexus? Those are nice. Sometimes you gotta take one for your own team. I'm just saying. Now, in all seriousness, not to be funny, not to be disrespectful, let me tell you the reason why I would be an amazing gay partner. The level of communication between two men is so high, I might actually get an answer. There might be clarity and understanding. I might hear a yes. I might hear a no. Do you know how many relationships I have been in where I still don't know the outcome to certain conversations? Very simple yes or no questions. That's what I would do. Something as simple as, baby, you hungry? Well, I haven't eaten yet, so I probably should eat something, but I'm not feeling it right now. But if I don't eat right now, you know how I'm gonna get later. So I guess it's probably a good idea if I start eating right now. But it really depends on the options. What do you think? Ah! What about this one? Baby, where would you like to eat? You hear all the guys? Yeah. Finally! I'm not alone! Everybody's pointing at somebody right now. Guys, am I right? This has to be, you would think that this is the safest question in the world to ask, but it's not. Well, just pick something. You know me, I'm go with the flow. Whatever you decide is okay with me. You know me already, just pick something. All right, we're going to Burger King. I don't like Burger King. Why do we gotta go to Burger King? Burger King gives me chorro. Chorro is Mexican diarrhea. How about this one? How do you feel? Really? Really? You want to know how I feel? Well, you know, maybe if you'd pay attention from time to time, you might know how I feel. You might not need to have to ask me such a question because you would already know exactly how I feel. The amount of time and energy I've exhausted to let you know how I feel, and you have the nerve to ask me, how do you feel? Now imagine the exact same conversation between me and Mr. Lexus. Do you know how efficient that conversation would be? Hey, bro, you hungry? Thought you'd never ask. What do you want to eat? Whatever you want to eat. We're going to Burger King. I love Whoppers. Me too. We go to Burger King and we tear it up. We get back home and I ask him, hey, how do you feel? Horny. Me too. How do you want to do this? Heads or tails? It would be efficient. It's hypothetical. But believe me, I still think about it, you know? Especially whenever I get into fights with my girl and she says something like, oh, you think you can do better? Oh, I know I could have a Lexus. I don't know, man. So moving forward, it's been over a year now, and the same question has been asked over and over again. So what now? Are you gonna, start over? You're gonna get back up on that horse? You're gonna get a girlfriend? You're gonna get a wife? Start a new family? What are you gonna do? And I'm like, I got dogs. I'm good right now. I know what it's like to be single for a long time, and I know what it's like to be in a relationship for a long time. And there's pros and cons to both. I can only speak for the guys on this one. Some guys. Guys, you ever been single so long you start to question whether or not it's by choice? And then you find yourself saying things like, guess I'll be single forever, just nobody wants me. Nobody wants me. Nobody wants me. Some of you are laughing because you have that friend. A lot of you are quiet because that's you right now. And then you notice how sometimes all it takes are just a couple of minor changes, a couple of minor adjustments to get back in the game. Like maybe you start cutting your hair different. Maybe you start dressing better. Maybe you start, showering and shit. Someone takes notice and decides to give you a chance, and now you're back in the game. And there's no greater feeling in the world than that of being in a brand new relationship, because you're just so happy. You're so happy. You're the most optimistic person in the world. Nothing can mess your day up when it's brand new. You can miss your bus on the way to work. There'll be another. You could get fired. Guess it wasn't meant to be. You are so freaking happy. And then you start to reflect on your life before the relationship. And you remember how you would look at your phone and it would never ring. You thought it was broken because it wouldn't ring. There's no text messages. You look at your DMs, nothing. But the minute you get into a brand new relationship, like magic, your phone, text message, ding, your social media, now you got numbers in there. People in the street are talking to you. And then you say this out loud. Where were all these people at when I was single? Answer, they were there the whole time. The difference is you were not this happy. I found out that happiness is one of the most attractive things in the world. Who doesn't want to be around someone who's positive? Well, unless you got COVID. Never mind. Nice, pleasant, a joy to be around. Good energy. You know who really notices just how happy you are, guys, when it's a brand new relationship? Other women. Not your woman. Other women. They can't help but notice how happy you are. They stare at you and they point. Look at him. Look how happy he is. Oh, I bet I can change that. Guys, you are now blood in the water. And the sharks are out. And if you've never been hunted before, it is one of the scariest things in the world. Because usually you don't know you're being hunted until it's too late. You're over there minding your business, you're in your relationship, you're trying to make it work, and here they come. Before you know it, it's too late. She's got a hold of you. And she has you pinned down in the back seat of a car. And she's hitting you. She's hitting you with a baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark doo 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 doo, baby shark. You will never look at that song the same way again. You're welcome. Getting back into the swing of things, we have definitely come a long way from 2020. The fact that we're in a sold-out stadium, elbow to elbow, ready to laugh, have fun. We've come a long way. 2020, you guys, I got to just thank my dogs. I got to thank my dogs because my dogs kept me sane. They kept me happy. They kept me focused. Because I was so depressed. I was sad. I didn't know what to make of things. Do we have any dog owners? Yeah? See, dog owners, you know what's up. No other animal in the world will give you 100% like a dog. What, cat? No. I'm sorry. No disrespect to cats or cat owners. But cat owners, you know as well as I do, your cats, because I know you got more than one. Your cats look at you like you live in their house. You walk in, you try to scold them for something. And then when you try to talk to them, they turn their back on you and show you their butthole. And you're staring, you're like, oh my God, it's so dark. Only a dog will give you 100% of itself. That's why they get so sad when they know you're about to leave, and why they get so happy when you come home. You are literally everything they've been looking forward to. And now you're back! I know for a fact, nothing on this planet loves me more than my dogs. I said this last night and someone said, what about your son? I said, nothing loves me more. I could leave my dressing room for 1 minute or 1 hour. When I come back, the reaction is the same. It is the greatest moment ever, every single time. Oh yeah. My dog Vinny will jump off the couch and run towards me top speed. And then when he gets to me, he jumps up and down. And he makes a sound like a... You can almost hear, where were you? Where were you? Where were you? And he pees everywhere. I used to get upset that he would do that, but then I thought about it. My dog loves me so much, he cannot control his own bodily functions. That's why when I would go home, I would immediately pick him up before anything. And then my girlfriend would get mad. How come you don't come to me first? I said, because the dog loves me more. How do you know I don't love you more? I said, I don't see a puddle. Mira, dry. Yeah, she didn't like that. Sorry. But yeah, these dogs, man, let me tell you. And I apologize if I'm kind of stuttering or I'm not as focused right now. I have never been distracted by a blimp with my face on it. I'm sorry, Netflix, but shit, this... This is like a birthday and Christmas and the Super Bowl and the World Series and losing my virginity all at the same time. Even saw the lights of the Goodyear blimp. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just so goddamn happy right now. Thank you. I wish my mom were here to see this. You have no idea. She would have been happy to see all of you, but she would have been like, no, chinga su madre, mira lo que mi hijo está en el cielo. Anda ya con Jesus in the sky, mira. But again, I understand that some people need to be held accountable for certain actions. I just feel like a lot of times a simple conversation can fix things. I know that based on today's rules, I can be canceled right now for previous comedy specials that I've done over the years. And I understand that, so I'm just waiting for the call. I know I can be canceled for previous comedy specials. And I know they probably expect me to apologize, but I would never apologize for my previous work because you know what? It was perfectly acceptable at the time. Clearly, there are things I would change now, but at the time, no. There's no way to go back and apologize for that when everything was okay. I want to let you all know right now that there are things about me that you don't know that you're going to find out sooner than later. So basically, what I'm trying to do at this moment is do what my lawyer said and get ahead of it. I offended someone whose name I should have never brought up. I offended a professional fighter. His name is Canelo.
I know. Go big or go home. If you are not familiar with who Canelo is, give me a few seconds to explain. Canelo is arguably one of the best fighters in the world. Okay? You cannot miss him. He is, in fact, Mexican, but he does not look traditional. Canelo is, in fact, the whitest Mexican on earth. He's super white. He's so white, he's redhead. Canelo is a redheaded white Mexican fighter. He is so white, even Donald Trump was like, you can come. Super white. But then he opens his mouth and you realize, oh, Canelo, he's not local. So here's how I got in trouble. A comedy friend of mine by the name of Ron White reached out to me. And Ron White invited me to be part of his Tribute to the Troops comedy show for the Nashville Network. And I told Ron, I said, Ron, I'd love to do the show. Anything for the troops, let's do this. So the show taped in Vegas. And it's a couple other comics plus myself. And Ron White's the host. He brings me up on stage and I figure I'm only doing 10 minutes, okay? I might as well just do references to Las Vegas since everybody knows Vegas. So I started talking about boxing. And then I brought up Canelo. And here's where I got in trouble. I said, Canelo is my favorite fighter of all time. I just wish... And it was all downhill after that. I said, I just wish he would not do interviews in English because English is not his strong language. And if you're a professional fighter, hear me out. If you're a professional fighter, you need to sound confident, engaged, threatening, aggressive, on point, in your face. And in Spanish, he does. In English, not so much. In Spanish, he's a killer. In Spanish, the reporter, the announcer comes out. Aquí estamos con Canelo Álvarez que se va a pelear contra Floyd Money Mayweather este fin de semana en pay-per-view en el MGM Grand en Las Vegas, Nevada. I know some of you heard that right now and you're like, oh my God, I think I understand Spanish. Because you do. So then the reporter will look at Canelo and ask him about the fight. Canelo, ¿qué vas a hacer en tu pelea? Canelo takes the microphone. He's a man of few words, but he's on point. He looks at the camera and he's like, pues mira, lo pegar así, va a pegar el piso. Sas. Así mero, no se lo pierdes ese fin de semana en el MGM Grand, Las Vegas, Nevada. Canelo Álvarez contra Floyd Money Mayweather. No se lo pierda. Same exact interview. English. I'm standing here alongside Mexican superstar Saul Canelo Alvarez, who's going to be facing Floyd Money Mayweather this weekend on pay-per-view. Canelo, what is your strategy and your plan of attack going into this weekend's fight against such a technical opponent, if you will, a man who has single-handedly redefined the sport of boxing? What is your plan of attack going into the fight? Well, I am going to hit him like this. I'm going to hit him like this. He's going to fall on the, ¿cómo se dice piso, güey? Floor. He's going to fall to the floor and then tan tan, así. All right, well, there you have it. Floyd Mayweather, I hope you are ready, my friend, because, yeah, that's what's waiting for you. Reporting live for ESPN News, I'm Phil Stevens. Back to you in the studio, and we're out. The hell was that, goddammit? Why did you warn me? So word gets back to Team Canelo about the joke that I did. I find out because I have friends in the boxing community who reached out to tell me, bro, what happened? I said, what are you talking about? Dude, we heard. Heard what? we heard that Team Canelo's pissed. I said, so what does that have to do with me? Well, I guess it's about a joke you did about Canelo. Huh? Who showed him? If I would have known one of the best fighters in the world was going to see me do a joke about him, I would have never done a joke about him. I didn't think he'd ever see Ron White's Tribute to the Troops comedy show on the Nashville network. I didn't think he was ever going to see it. Shit was in English. Now I'm worried about the confrontation because I know it's only a matter of time. And I know where he's going to confront me. It's going to happen in Vegas. And the reason why I'm so confident that it's going to happen there is because when I perform in Vegas, I perform for MGM Grand Properties. And so I get free tickets to the fights. And I always go because it's free. And they put me ringside so that my face comes out on the Jumbotron to help me sell tickets. And so I know, because I've seen Canelo at fights before ringside. I've never spoken to him, but I know that's where it's going to happen. And I'm nervous about this confrontation because I don't know if he's going to confront me in English or Spanish. I hope it's in Spanish because I want to feel the fear. You know what I'm saying? I hope, he's like, Te voy a matar, pinche gordo! I'm just worried he might, Hey! Hey, Joe! Hey, Joe, fat bitch mother fluffy.
Yeah, normally you guys also, I'm wearing the whole black attire right now. I was trying to blend in with the background, kind of. Actually, I'll tell you guys the truth. Normally, when I perform, I always wear Hawaiian shirts. That's my thing. I love wearing Hawaiian shirts. And people ask, why do you wear Hawaiian shirts? Are you Hawaiian? I'm like, no. Like, well, why do you wear them, cabrón? Because they fit. I'm serious, man, because you guys know when you're fluffy, fashion is secondary. It is, man. And I say fluffy, that's the politically correct term for those of you that don't know. There's actually 5 different levels of fatness. If you don't know them, let me tell them. There's big, there's healthy, there's husky, there's fluffy, and there's damn! If you walk into a bar or restaurant and the waiter or waitress looks at you and goes, damn! Ooh, you need to go. Here's another clue to find out if you've gone too far. Let's say you get hungry, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, you want some munchies or some snacks. So you walk into a convenience store, no big deal. Ding, ding. What's up, man? How much are the Twinkies? 50 cents? Okay, I'll take 2. Okay, I'll see you later, bye. Ding, ding. That's cool. But if you show up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and it's a little more like this, ding. Go home. You've gone too far. It's cool being fluffy though. My ex-girlfriend, she was cool. She was fluffy too. She was, man. I used to call her up in the middle of the night and all my friends would always tell us how romantic we were. I'd call her up, no big deal, right? Old school, huh? Pick up the phone. Hello. Hey. What are you doing?
Oh, nothing. I'm just here.
Ooh. Where?
In the kitchen.
Oh, really? Oh, what are you doing in the kitchen?
Oh, nothing. I'm just baking.
Oh, really? Oh my God, what are you baking?
Oh, nothing. Just a chocolate cake.
Oh, really? Oh, baby, say it slow. Say it slow.
Chocolate cake.
Ay, Dios mío. Oh, baby. I can't take it anymore. I'm gonna come. You're gonna come. I'm gonna come over and eat your cake. I miss her. Cake, man. I miss the cake. I'm a big old cake freak, man. I'm always at bakeries or panaderias, you know. And see, I say panaderias. Panaderias, for those of you who don't speak Spanish, it's basically a Mexican bakery with attitude. Like, you don't get donuts at a panaderia. You get pan dulce. And again, pan dulce is like a Danish to the 10th power. The only thing that sucks for me is every time I show up to a panaderia, there's always like a little old lady upset with one of the bakers because for whatever reason they ran out of something. You know the lady, right? She's always,
¿Qué? What do you mean you don't have no more virotes? How come you don't have no more virotes? I talked to Carlos yesterday. He said today 7 o'clock you're going to have virotes. Mira, cabrón, ¿por qué chingados no tienen virotes?
and then I walk in.
Ah, pues con razón. Si pinche Pikachu se los chingó.
Yeah, the whole thing, man. People ask, like I said, about the whole Hawaiian shirt thing, and I wear them. And I gotta tell you guys, because I wear them because I live here in Los Angeles, man. And you guys know about the color thing. You can't wear the wrong color, because if you wear the wrong color, they think you're in a gang. Like if you wear all blue, people say, it's a crip. If you wear red, it's a blood. I mess around and wear yellow.
It's a Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm in line for a roller coaster at Disneyland. Little kids are like,
Mama, it's Pikachu.
I haven't been able to shake it since. You know, all the names and stuff. I'm hanging out with my mom. She asked me,
¿Por qué te dicen Pikachu? ¿Qué? What's that? Pikachu. Are they sneezing or what? Pikachu.
I've looked at someone like that before. I've been starstruck many, many times. As a matter of fact, this past year, I got to meet one of my childhood heroes. I got to meet Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, some of you are clapping, some of you are like, wait. Well, here's the thing. I didn't love him as a politician, and I was too young to know him as a bodybuilder. All I knew is the movie Terminator was my favorite movie, and he was the Terminator. So, here's the story. I'm in LA at this red carpet event for some movie that I still haven't seen. I'm standing there with my publicist, okay? I'm standing there with my publicist, and she's explaining to me how the red carpet works. Listen, Gabriel, this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna go down the red carpet, and then the paparazzi's gonna start taking photos of you, and then someone's gonna ask you some questions. It's a lot of fun. Then we'll go inside, and then we'll go to the after party. It's gonna be great. As she's telling me this, I'm looking around, and I look over, and I notice, I see him. I see Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I freak out. Relax. You've never met Arnie? I said, no, I've never met Arnie. I work with him all the time. He's really nice. Would you like me to introduce you? I'm like, yes. She takes me by the hand and she walks me directly to Arnold. I'm freaking out so bad, I look like a big ass toddler. We get over to Arnold Schwarzenegger's area, and he's Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's already got a big group of people around him waiting to take a photo. So I'm just patiently waiting. As I'm watching him, you guys, I gotta tell you right now, no one on this planet is better at meeting people than Arnold Schwarzenegger. He is the greatest people meter I've ever witnessed. And the reason I say this is because when you meet him,
He's very engaging. He grabs your hand, he pulls you in, he looks at you in the eyes, and he turns it on. When you meet Arnold, you get exactly what you think you're gonna get. It's awesome to watch. You know? How are you? So nice to meet you. You're so strong. You put my hand. Hey, look at you. This is incredible. Got these lights and this red carpet. This is incredible. Excuse me. How are you? Hey, you're so strong. You put my hand. This is incredible. Look at you. People are walking away from him, looking at their hand. They're looking at their hand, you guys. 10 minutes I'm watching Arnold Schwarzenegger light people up. And then I noticed something else. I noticed that Arnold has a handler, a guy who stands right behind him. And it's this guy's job to basically reset Arnold for the next person he's about to meet. Arnold Schwarzenegger will never cut off a conversation with the fan. The guy behind him listens in on the conversation, and he determines when enough is enough, and then he signals Arnold to cut it off and move on. Here's the signal. He grabs the back of Arnold's arm right there, 2 times. 1, 2. That lets Arnold know, cut it off, time to move on. Always to the left. Awesome to watch. This is incredible what these lights and these special effects is going on here. Excuse me. How are you? Nice to meet you. You're so strong. Hey! I'm like, oh. So I yell out to the handler, hey! And the handler turns around. Hit him! I want to meet him. Hit him! And he starts laughing because now he sees that I see how the Terminator is really working. So he gives me one of these. Next thing you know, he is lighting Arnold up. He is hitting Arnold so fast, Arnold can barely keep up. Excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, hello, how are you? Excuse me, pardon me, high five, high five, high five, high five, high five, pardon me, excuse me, hello, how are you? Very good. Pound, 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 pound. He's coming down the line, coming down the line, coming down the line, and I'm just waiting. And I stick my hand out and he grabbed it. How are you, son? I recognize you. I know who you are. You're the comedian who does the joke about the Indian man trying to rob a bank, but he cannot rob the bank because they are making fun of him. And in my head, I'm like, he knows me! Outside, I'm like, yeah, that's me. You are hysterical. Give me your contact information. You are the funniest person. Excuse me. How are you? Nice to meet you. You're so strong. Hey! Meeting Arnold is like a really good roller coaster. You want to go to the end and meet him one more time. You know what I'm saying? He's at the point now of spoiled where he walks up to me and he goes, Dad, I'm really bored with my Nintendo Wii. Can I give it to my friend Angel? I go, what did you just say? I'm bored with my Nintendo Wii. Can I give it away? I go, is it broken? No. How long have you had it? Woo, for like 4 years. I go, how many games do you have for the Nintendo Wii? Like 300? I could feel you judging me over there. I felt that. Oh, you're judging me right now. I could feel it. She's over there. She's like, this is some Dr. Phil right here. He really messed him up. I heard you. Let me just, for the record, let me set this straight, okay? I did not buy my son 300 games. Here's what happened. I have a friend who's a computer hacker, and for $75, he put 300 games on my son's hard drive. Yes, I have money, but I'm still ghetto. Oh, yeah. So I tell Frankie, do you realize how lucky you are? And then he rolls his eyes. Oh, lucky. I go, yeah, dude, you are. I says, you got a Nintendo Wii that works. You've had it for 4 years, and it still works. If something happens to it, I can take it back to the store, get you a new one, because I got a warranty that'll last you another 4 years. Why is that a big deal? Because when I was your age, I had a Nintendo. Wii? No. Frankie, in 1987, I had a thing called a Nintendo Entertainment System, okay? Nintendo Entertainment System. It didn't last 4 years. It lasts 90 days. 90 days is what it took for you to hit power and start seeing a flashing red screen. You know the flashing red screen where you have to look at the ground or look away or you have a seizure right then and there? Oh, yeah. And then what you had to do is you had to flip the Nintendo over, and there was a silver sticker with an 800 number on it. And you call the 800 number, and they put you in contact with someone in Japan who made you feel like a pendejo. Oh yeah, he made you feel stupid. You call him up, and he's like, "It costs $250 to repair Nintendo, $250 to fix it, but it's $150 for a brand new one." And if you couldn't afford $150 for a brand new one, like we couldn't afford $150 for a brand new one, you had to become a technician at the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You had to go in the kitchen and find the most messed up butter knife you could, right? The one that had bent marks and rust stains, and take that sucker back in the living room because you were gonna perform an operation. You were gonna perform an operation and bring that Nintendo back to life. Yeah. You had to work to play. You had to unplug it, plug it back in, power reset, power reset, power reset. It was like performing CPR. You'd hold a cartridge, and then it was like, you push it down, you push it up, you push it down, you push it up, push it down, you push it up, push it down, you push it up. Give it oxygen.
I'm gonna read the next guy come up. This guy coming up, you may have seen him on Make Me Laugh, Comedy Central. He's been on this show that you see called Funny Funny. Give a big round of applause for Gabriel Iglesias. All right, what's up? An overweight Latino with energy. What's going on? Oh man, real quick, I gotta do a quick check. Do we have any cholos in the audience tonight? Had to be Woody, huh? You know, I believe you too. As much as you've been talking tonight, you're probably one of those cholos who back in the days used to fuck quinceañeras, huh? You know what atrás, borracho. You wake up in the pool later. No man, hey, in all honesty, check this out, you guys. I do have a problem with cholos. I do. Because those pile of big clothes. You're laughing, but that's my pain. I'm serious. Do a drive-by. I don't care, but leave the big and tall stores alone. No, like chicken. Every time I want to go to, get some pants for a job interview, I'll show up at a store all excited. I'll buy some pants. And then I'm gonna buy some. I'll walk in the store, right? I'll ask the guy at the counter, "Excuse me, sir, do you have any khakis, size 52-30? I got a job interview." I am so sorry, my friend. Little Spider and Woody bought the last pair. Hey, and who is Little Spider? Who? Este cabrón aquí, aquí está pinche Little Spider, So, who is fucking Little Spider? And he goes home and he buys these big ass pants, and what does he do with them? He takes them home, puts them on a giant ironing board, and folds them and creases them. Dude puts so many folds and so many creases in his pants. When he stands sideways, that looks like mini blinds. Man, a lot of things happening. Like everyone said, my name is Gabriel Iglesias. I know what you guys are wondering, right? Where's Julio? ¿Verdad? Are you related to Julio? Ladies, you better believe it. Trust me, after a 12-pack and a shot of tequila, I look a lot like Julio. After 3 shots, I could pass for Enrique. You're laughing, but check this out. We'll wind up in 3 hours in the backseat of your car, encuerados. You'll be talking about, ¡ay, Enrique! I'll be like, yeah, cabrona, enamorado por primera vez. Straight up, the next day she'll be telling her friends, I was with Enrique. Her friends that weren't drinking that night will be like, no, you weren't. You're with El Gordito.
But you know what they do to you in the emergency room? They pull out these industrial scissors that cut through anything, right? And they started on the left foot and they finished on the right. And they cut all the way up and they cut all the way down and they pull all your clothes off at the same time. And Pikachu! They released the Pokemon! And man, it was cold. So they take away all my clothes and they replace them with this nasty lime green hospital gown, the kind where they tie it in the back and your buddy showing you. So I see my reflection in the mirror and I realize at that moment that I do not look like a comedian. Oh no, with all that green on, I look like goddamn Shrek. And it wasn't me who gave me the nickname, it was the nurses. I could hear them too.
Mira, Marta, the gordito, he looks like Shrek. He does. All he needs are the antennas and the donkey. That's it.
So they wheel me into my own room, right? I'm laying down, I'm holding my stomach. And the doctor comes in, and I don't know what it is about doctors, but they're just always happy to see you, right? Ah, Mr. Iglesias, how are you?
I can't fart.
No, Mr. Iglesias, don't worry. We'll take care of everything. Just do me a favor. Roll over on your side. I'll be right back. So he goes over to the wall and he gets these little gloves. And don't get ahead of me. He puts them on, right? And he comes over and he puts his hand on my side and he goes, does that hurt? Does that hurt? And then this doctor turned into a magician. Oh, yes, he did. Because his hand disappeared. And it reappeared somewhere way back here. And I'm not going to tell you guys what he did, but you know what he did. Pokemon. And then he's got the nerve to tell me, Mr. Iglesias, I found a problem. You seem to be suffering internally. You have a blockage in your system. And the whole time I'm thinking, oh, you're the one blocking it, dude. Pull it out! So he says, Mr. Iglesias, we're going to need to flush out your system. I'm like, okay, cool, flush me out. Give me some, soda and some crackers. Let's do it, right? No, Mr. Iglesias, we have a special way of flushing you out, right? So he rings the call button for the nurse. Ding! And the nurse comes in.
Oh, it's a Shrek.
And she walks in, right? And she's got this little bag with like a little hose hanging out of it, right? And I see this hose and I'm thinking, ooh, you better be watering a plant. And I'm not gonna tell you guys what she did with the hose, but you know what she did with the hose. She made me a pinchy water balloon. And when they say they're gonna flush you out, they're not lying. The second they do this to you, guess when you gotta go? Right then and there. And they don't do it when it's all convenient, when you're over here in the facilities and you're sitting down and you're like, okay, do it, let it rip, dale gas, let's go. They do it when you're laying down 18 feet away in a bed, laying down, and then they do this to you, and anything you have in here goes from here back there like that, man. And it hits you like lightning, dude. It's like, my arms locked up, my legs sticking up. I tried to run to the restroom. I look like an old Frankenstein movie, man. Just, Gabriel, don't you ever think about working out? I think about it all the time. All the time, watch. Guess what? I didn't like it. It sucks. Gotta move, Let's get physical. You try to watch TV, they got the Bally's commercials. I hate those stupid commercials because they never have fluffy people in them. Everybody's already in shape, Everybody's buff, everybody's all slim and trim, I want to see a commercial with a fluffy guy on there on a treadmill, just heaving. Next scene, he's on the floor. Help him! Ballets. Working out. Every time I get motivated to try to work out, this is how I pump myself up, right? I'll pop in the Rocky DVD. Because the music, you get the... As soon as the movie's over, I turn it off, and the regular TV comes back on, and never fails. I want my baby Chili's, baby backwards. Oh, that's a sign. Yeah, the gym. People say too, well, you don't really have to work out. Just, walk a little bit. I always hear that. Gabriel, you should walk. Why don't you walk? Walk. Go walking. You should walk. I'm gonna walk away from you. Leave me alone. Badgering me. They say you should eat right. Eat reasonably. I don't know what that means. Like I said, food is my drug. And my problem is I try to live every single day out
Like, to the fullest. Because you never know when it's your last day. I watch the news every day and they're always depressing me, more problems. And it's like, the world and the this and that. And it can't even rain in California without everybody freaking out. Okay, don't get me wrong. This time it rained and there was a lot of water. But you know what? They were reporting the first day like it was the end of the world. The guy was out there. We're standing here live in front of Walmart where apparently the torrential downpour has surprised Southern California. Ma'am, can you tell us, what do you see? Dear God, there is water everywhere. I walked inside Walmart 45 minutes ago. It was dry. Now look at it. Oh my God. Why being so dramatic for? In other parts of America, it rains 3-4 times a week. I've seen that same interview on someone's house. Not in their house, on their house, because the floods came in. And they're like, whatever. Sir, at what point did you realize that there was a serious problem with the water?
I tell you what, see, I woke up about 4:30 this morning. I come downstairs. I said, somebody put a lake in here.
For those of you who missed it, my name is Gabriel Iglesias. I know some of you heard the last name Iglesias. You're wondering, right, Gabriel, are you related to Julio? Well, for the ladies, you better believe it. Oh, trust me, after a 6-pack and a shot of tequila, I look a lot like Julio. After 4 shots, you'll be calling me Enrique. You don't believe me? Keep drinking. I like Julio. Julio's cool because Julio's one of those entertainers who knows how to talk to women. Like you see those snotty reporters, they come out with the lights and the cameras, right?
So, Julio, let me ask you something. What do you think about your concert last month in Los Angeles, huh?
And he comes out all cool and macho like a matador, just, hello. I am Julio. And you are so beautiful. I want to be with you. And the women hear that and they lose it, huh? See, me on the other hand, I'm a dork. I don't know how to talk to women. I don't. I'll walk up to a girl, I'll say the first thing that comes to mind. Hey, you hungry? And girls will tell me to,
Gabriel, say something romantic.
well, I'm treating. I have coupons, what's up? Funny, man. Everybody always gives me advice on the best way to meet that special someone. Like my mom always tells me,
Mijo, you know what you should do? You should go to a club.
and I can't go to a club because every time I do, there's always that one pretty guy who messes up the curve for all the fluffy ones. That's right, fluffy. I said it, fluffy. That's the politically, for those of you that don't know, there's actually 5 different levels of fatness. There's big, there's healthy, there's husky, there's fluffy, and there's damn. If you walk into a bar or a restaurant and the waiter or waitress looks at you and goes, damn, you need to go. But seriously though, the pretty guys always mess up the curve. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. The pretty guys, the ones with the pretty hair, the pretty eyes, the smile. Ding. They walk in all sexy.
Oh, you can't tell by the way I do it now.
And all the ladies always go for the pretty ones. And ladies, don't say you don't because you do. I'm gonna let you know right now. If a pretty man is what you want, then by all means, make the connection. Get together. But I'll let you know right now, in the long run, a pretty man is gonna do nothing but lie to you, cheat on you, and break your heart. That's why, ladies, you need to start giving guys like me a chance. I'm serious, because the worst thing I'll ever do is have dinner without you. You're clapping, huh? You hungry? Look at him, he's like, no, she's full. It's okay, man. I tried. Man, I've had the weirdest year, man. I started off this year all messed up, man. I started it off in the hospital. Yeah, Pikachu la cagó. I messed up. I'll tell you what happened. I was at the house and I was eating some tacos and they were delicious. And all of a sudden I got a pain in my side. It was one of those pains that not even a good pedo can get rid of. You know what I'm talking about, though? You ever get one of those pains at the house, you're eating, oh, it hurt, me duele. And your wife or girlfriend tells you,
Pues let it go. Dale gas, chingale, dale.
and you do, and it's like CPR, huh? Well, try as I did, it didn't work. I wound up in the emergency room, and if, you know,
You guys do whatever you can to stay out of the hospital because it was scary. It was the first thing they did to me was they stripped me of all my clothes. And not in a sexy way either. It wasn't like, are you ready for Pikachu? Cochina, mírala. I wish it would have been like that. I might have liked it a little bit. No, man, you know what they do to you in the hospital? They pull out these little industrial scissors that cut through anything, right? And they started on the left foot and they finished on the right. And they cut all the way up and cut all the way down and they pulled everything off at the same time. And Pikachu! Se me salió el Pokemon! And it was cold too. Ooh. Pikachu! Ooh. So then they take all my clothes away from me and they replace them with this nasty lime green hospital gown. You know the kind where they tie it in the back and your butt is still showing, right? It was one of those. So I'm standing and I turn around and I see myself in the mirror. And I realize at that very moment, I do not look like a Pikachu. With all that green on, I look like goddamn Shrek. And it wasn't me who gave me the nickname, it was the nurses. I could hear them too. Mira, Marta, ese gordito se parece Shrek. I'm serious, all he needs are the little antenitas and the donkey, that's it. So they wheel me into the room, right? And I'm laying down in the bed finally, and the doctor comes in. And I don't know what it is about doctors, they're just always happy to see you. Ah, Mr. Iglesias, how are you? I can't for it. Tengo pedo atorado. Mr. Iglesias, please, do me a favor. Roll over on your side. I'll be right back. You know, so he goes over to the wall and he gets these little gloves and he puts them on and he comes over to me and he puts his hand right here. And he goes, does that hurt? No. Does that hurt? And then this doctor turned into a magician. I swear to God he did because his hand disappeared. And it reappeared somewhere way back here. I'm not going to tell you what he did, but you know what he did. El cabrón me hizo Pokemon. And then he has the nerve to tell me, Mr. Iglesias, I found a problem. You seem to be suffering internally. You have a blockage in your passage system. And I'm thinking, pues, take out your finger. One radio show, I gotta tell you guys, it cracked me up. The DJ's name was Chewy, okay? We walk in the studio, he looked like a Chewy. He had Chewy features. But we were on a hip-hop station, right? So it catches me off guard. As soon as we go on the air, the guy's talking about, yeah, what's up, this Chewy Gomez jamming on Philip here on 106 KMEM. Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? What's up, bitch? And I was like, hey man, why are you talking like that? Yo, dog, what you talking about? Fool, I'm keeping it real. Hell yeah. I'm like, I'm keeping it real. And I realized it was all part of the show because we went on for like 45 minutes. And finally at the end, I realized it was a show because as soon as we went off, it was like, yeah, don't forget to give my man Gabriel Iglesias this weekend at the Punchlines. Peace.
Hijo de la chingada, ese pinche trabajo está difícil, hombre. Está cabrón, está cabrón. No, pero que me tiene trabajando como negro, está cabrón. No, madre. Pinche gringo.
That's more like it. DJs always mess me up. And if it's not that DJ that messes me up, it's the one that's here in LA, the one that does all the commercials. You know the one, right? Even if you don't speak Spanish, you've heard this guy at one point in time. Este sábado, presentamos Los Tigres del Norte. Sí, no se lo pierdan. 800-555-444. Presentado por Budweiser, Taquinga Beers. Así es que no se lo pierdan ese sábado. No se lo pierda. That guy. So I get to meet homeboy, right? Nobody told me that this guy didn't know the difference between reality and radio. And I walk in the studio, he scared me. He did. I walked in, I was like, hey, what's up? Get what's up! Are we on the air? No! And it freaked me out because I thought about it. What about when he goes home talking like that to his wife and his kids come 2, 3 o'clock in the morning? Maybe his wife wants to do a little something. And she tells him, "Ay, honey, tonight, when the kids are sleeping, what are you going to do to me?
¿Qué me vas a hacer?
Bueno, digo, para ver que sueles que va a tomar un botano, meterlos al cuarto. Te puedes abrochar los pantalones, quitarte los calzones para mirar ese culote. ¡Mira nomás! ¡Mira nomás! ¡Sí! ¡Sí! Esta nalgada está presentada por Budweiser. ¡Es para usted! ¡Sí! Oh, man. The funny part is I know a couple white guys are gonna go home tonight and try that.
That's it, honey. See? See? Stop it! See?
He's at the point now of spoiled where he walks up to me and he goes, Dad, I'm really bored with my Nintendo Wii. Can I give it to my friend Angel? I go, what did you just say? I'm bored with my Nintendo Wii. Can I give it away? I go, is it broken? No. How long have you had it? Woo, like 4 years. I go, how many games do you have for the Nintendo Wii? Like 300. I could feel you judging me over there. I felt that. Oh, you're judging me right now. I could feel it. She's over there. She's like, this is some Dr. Phil right here. He really messed him up. I heard you. Let me just, for the record, let me set this straight, okay? I did not buy my son 300 games. Here's what happened. I have a friend who's a computer hacker, and for $75, he put 300 games on my son's hard drive. Yes, I have money, but I'm still ghetto. Oh, yeah. So I tell Frankie, do you realize how lucky you are? And then he rolls his eyes. Oh, lucky. I go, yeah, dude, you are. I says, you got a Nintendo Wii that works. You've had it for 4 years, and it still works. If something happens to it, I can take it back to the store, get you a new one, because I got a warranty that'll last you another 4 years. Why is that a big deal? Because when I was your age, I had a Nintendo. Wii? No. Frankie, in 1987, I had a thing called a Nintendo Entertainment System, okay? Nintendo Entertainment System. It didn't last 4 years. It lasts 90 days. 90 days is what it took for you to hit power and start seeing a flashing red screen. You know the flashing red screen where you have to look at the ground or look away or you have a seizure right then and there? Oh, yeah. And then what you had to do is you had to flip the Nintendo over, and there was a silver sticker with an 800 number on it. And you call the 800 number, and they put you in contact with someone in Japan who made you feel like a pendejo. Oh, yeah, he made you feel stupid. You call him up, and he's like, it costs $250 to repair Nintendo. $250 to fix it, but it's $150 for a brand new one. And if you couldn't afford $150 for a brand new one, like we couldn't afford $150 for a brand new one, you had to become a technician at the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You had to go in the kitchen and find the most messed up butter knife you could, right? The one that had bent marks and rust stains, and take that sucker back in the living room because you were going to perform an operation. You were going to perform an operation and bring that Nintendo back to life. Yeah. You had to work to play. You had to unplug it, plug it back in, power reset, power reset, power reset. It was like performing CPR. You'd hold a cartridge, and then it was like, you push it down, you push it up, you push it down, you push it up, push it down, you push it up, push it down, you push it up. Give it oxygen.
I'm over here starting. Okay. I'm like, yeah, I'll be eating them wings in 2 hours.
That's why I just ordered it. I said, I want to eat.
Pretend we're in Antarctica. and you're big spooning. And just say a few things into my ear.
Don't tell anyone.
How do we sound to you guys?
About to go up on stage and you're gonna go with me and see what that's like, kinda. So let me flip this camera, let's go for a ride.
Systematic, healthy, husky, fluffy. Drop through fanatic, ladies check out the figure. Curvaceous and climatic, man, he's hotter than a tan on a Jersey Shore fanatic. Look here, Nacho, Mr. Fabulous and road trip. Fluffy, the palm tree to your tooth.
See, up to this point, we have agreed on how we raise our son. But in this situation, she's trying to protect him from the world. I'm trying to prepare him for the world. If he cannot handle me raising my voice to get his attention, to see the bigger picture, he's not ready for a world that doesn't care about his feelings. So I say, you know what? I gotta have a one-on-one with him. I gotta have a one-on-one without... So I take him out to the movies. We get in the car, we take off. Little 20-minute drive, okay? As we're driving, I figure I'll have a little one-on-one with him. Maybe this way it doesn't feel like a talk. I thought he understood what I was trying to say. It's late, we're leaving the movies, we're pulling out of the parking structure, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a cop car. And I made a sound, I was like, ugh. And Frankie goes, what is it, Dad? I said, there's a cop at the light. What are you worried about? He's gonna stop us. How do you know? Watch. I made that left turn. Frankie's losing it. It's happening! I said, relax. I pull over. Cop pulls up from behind. Immediately. Driver, windows down. Driver, hands out the window.
Serious?
Both of them. I can't, I'm fat! He gets to the window and he's got the flashlight. And he shines the light right in my face. He's like, license? Yeah. Here. He takes the license, and then, of course, do you know why I stopped you? Officer, no, I don't, but I'm sure you're about to tell me. You don't have a front plate on your car. I said, officer, you're absolutely right. I do not have a front plate on my car, but my name is actually on the front of the car. Excuse me, my name is on the front of the car. I own a 2012 Ford Flex, and the Ford Flex has the actual word flex written on the hood. I have a friend who does custom automotive work, and he took all the letters off the car except for the letter F, and he made letters so that it spells fluffy on the hood. Okay? Yeah, it sounds impressive. You can do it too for like $23. It's not that bad. They're like refrigerator magnets. You can even move them. Like one day a letter flew off and it said foofy. Look at me, que pendejo. I know, stupid, right? So the officer walks around to the front of the car and he takes his flashlight and he shines the light right on the hood. And he does this, he goes, I knew it! And my son goes, what does that mean? I said, that means we get to go. Oh, Houston, for the first time in a long time, my son was actually impressed by something that I did. You gotta figure, this is not impressive to my son because he grew up in this environment, okay? You saw that, right? I saw like that's like the third one I've seen. It's like stuff keeps, people upstairs from Tombow, keep talking. All right, I'll tell you guys what happened. Shakira performed here a few days ago, and Shakira has an amazing show, okay? She doesn't just come out and la 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 I think I just hurt myself. But there's a part of her show where all of a sudden it goes, and there's cannons with confetti that shoot everywhere, right? And I think that was leftover Shakira. Yeah. Can we edit out the part where I burned 800 calories? Oh my God. So where was I? Oh, this does nothing for my son. And the reason why I say that is because he grew up in this environment. He's been to 1,000 shows. He's seen me on TV 1,000,000 times. It's not a big deal. But the fact that I got stopped by a cop and the cop recognized me and geeked out and let us go, I earned street cred with my kid. Yeah, Frankie was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, hell yeah, cuz, that's right. You better recognize, player. We get home, he woke up his mom. Mom, you should have seen it. We got stopped by the cops. Are you okay? Yeah, they recognized Dad and they let us go. And she stayed quiet. And I told her, huh? I got recognized. And she said, ah. So let me give you a heads up as to what has happened since the last time I did a special. My son Frankie is now 19 years old. 19 years old, high school graduate. He has all his shots, ladies. People tell me all the time, why do you talk about your son so much? Because he won't leave. Does he like it when you talk about him? I said, no, he hates it. Well, why do you do it? Because he won't leave. I'll tell you what he likes to do right now. He likes to sit around the house and watch videos of other kids playing video games. See, some of you are clapping. I didn't know that was an actual thing. I asked him, what are you doing? I'm watching other kids playing video games. I said, really? Why? Well, they're professionals. I'm like, why would you watch something that you could be doing? Because they're professionals. That's dumb. Really, Dad? Every Sunday I see you watching football. How come you don't play? I didn't even argue, I just cut off the internet. My son's problem right now is that he has, according to him, too many options. Okay, that's his problem. I'm like, poor guy. I have so many options, Dad, I don't know what to do. Write them down, put them on a wheel. Freaking. Today, plumber. Something! The problem is we go places, people find out he is my son, and then they offer him opportunities. He doesn't understand that that's not how the real world works. I know about struggling and clawing and fighting for the opportunity to do something. He doesn't get it yet. And that's my fault. For example, I take him and his mom out to dinner, okay? I took them both to Red Lobster. Now, Houston, me personally, I love Red Lobster, okay? And not even for the seafood. I'm talking about the biscuits. Oh, yeah. So we're sitting there and we're having a conversation with our son about life, opportunity, what does he want to do with himself? And as we're talking to him, the manager from Red Lobster walks over to our table. And he's being really cool, right? He's like, hey. And I'm like, hey. He looks at my son. Is this the infamous Frankie? I said, why, yes, it is. He just graduated. Congratulations. And he's looking for a job. The manager goes, oh, say no more. And he gives my son a business card. And then he starts to say, listen, Frankie, this is all you have to do. Just go online and fill out the application. Once it's registered, call me personally, and I'll see to it that you get an interview. The only position we have available right now is for a host, but there's plenty of room for opportunity here at Red Lobster. Besides, you got one hell of a reference. And then he walked away, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna get free biscuits. My son looks at me and says, I don't want to work at Red Lobster. I said, Frankie, no one is making you work anywhere. This is just another opportunity that you're wasting. Okay, no Red Lobster. What's your plan? Oh, I don't know. I got frustrated, so I raised my voice. Well, you better start thinking. His mom didn't like that. Don't talk to him like that. I said, look, biscuit blocker. See, up to this point, we have agreed on how we raise our son. But in this situation, she's trying to protect him from the world. I'm trying to prepare him for the world. If he cannot handle me raising my voice to get his attention, to see the bigger picture, he's not ready for a world that doesn't care about his feelings. So I say, you know what? I gotta have a one-on-one with him. I gotta have a one-on-one without... So I take him out to the movies. We get in the car, we take off. Little 20-minute drive, okay? As we're driving, I figure I'll have a little one-on-one with him. Maybe this way it doesn't feel like a talk. I thought he understood what I was trying to say. It's late, we're leaving the movies. We're pulling out of the parking structure, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a cop car. And I made a sound. I was like, ugh. And Frankie goes, what is it, Dad? I said, there's a cop at the light. What are you worried about? He's gonna stop us. How do you know? Watch. I made that left turn. Frankie's losing it. It's happening! I said, relax. I pull over. Cop pulls up from behind. Immediately. Driver, windows down. Driver, hands out the window.
Serious?
both of them. I can't, I'm fat! He gets to the window, and he's got the flashlight, and he shines the light right in my face. He's like, license? Yeah. Here. He takes the license, and then, of course, do you know why I stopped you? Officer, no, I don't, but I'm sure you're about to tell me. You don't have a front plate on your car. I said, officer, you're absolutely right. I do not have a front plate on my car, but my name is actually on the front of the car. Excuse me, my name is on the front of the car. I own a 2012 Ford Flex, and the Ford Flex has the actual word flex written on the hood. I have a friend who does custom automotive work, and he took all the letters off the car except for the letter F, and he made letters so that it spells fluffy on the hood. Okay? Yeah, it sounds impressive. You can do it too for like $23. It's not that bad. They're like refrigerator magnets. You can even move them. Like one day a letter flew off and it said foofy. Look at me, que pendejo. I know, stupid, right? So the officer walks around to the front of the car and he takes his flashlight and he shines the light right on the hood. And he does this, he goes, I knew it! And my son goes, what does that mean? I said, that means we get to go. Oh, Houston, for the first time in a long time, my son was actually impressed by something that I did. You gotta figure, this is not impressive to my son because he grew up in this environment, okay? You saw that, right? I saw that's like the third one I've seen. It's like stuff keeps, people upstairs from Tombow, keep talking. All right, I'll tell you guys what happened. Shakira performed here a few days ago, and Shakira has an amazing show, okay? She doesn't just come out and I think I just hurt myself. But there's a part of her show where all of a sudden it goes, and there's cannons with confetti that shoot everywhere, right? And I think that was leftover Shakira. Yeah. Can we edit out the part where I burned 800 calories? Oh my God. So where was I? Oh, this does nothing for my son. And the reason why I say that is because he grew up in this environment. He's been to 1,000 shows. He's seen me on TV 1,000,000 times. It's not a big deal. But the fact that I got stopped by a cop and the cop recognized me and geeked out and let us go, I earned street cred with my kid. Yeah, Frankie was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm like, hell yeah, cuz, that's right. You better recognize, player. We get home, he woke up his mom. Mom, you should have seen it. We got stopped by the cops. Are you okay? Yeah, they recognized Dad and they let us go. And she stayed quiet. And I told her, I got recognized. And she said,